Welcome back as Tahoe Tonight continues. Yes, we are in the thick of election season. Yeah, with me here in the studio. I guess not so much talking politics, but how the chamber goes about endorsing certain candidates. Steve Teshara, how are you this evening?
Kristen, nice to see you.
Good to see you.
So yeah, we've had a lot of questions from people once we came out with our endorsements as the chamber. And there people say, well, how do you decide? You know,
right.
Yeah. So I wanted to share with the audience, this is one of the criteria, key criteria. So the chamber, we have what we call a vision document. It's our Vision 2020 update, and it talks about economic vitality, quality of life, sustainability, infrastructure, and intellectual capital. And under each of those pillars, we call them, there are a number of things that we as a chamber advocate for, support, and they all relate to our mission statement, which is basically to support the business community, support economic sustainability in the community as a whole throughout the South Shore. So we look down when we consider, okay, like for instance, there's 9 candidates for city council this season.
Mm-hmm. And how many seats are up at once again?
3.
Okay.
So 9 people are vying for 3 seats.
3 seats,
So a pretty competitive field.
Yes.
And how do we go about picking which of the 3 we would endorse as the chamber based on this, and also based on how people are, as a candidate, saying that they are positioned on some of the issues. Probably the biggest one is Measure T.
Yes.
The proposed VHR ban, essentially a ban. And so if a candidate is for Measure T, that candidate would not be supported by the chamber. If they are no on Measure T, then they're still in the running for an endorsement. And then we look here, do they support the US 50 project, the so-called Loop Road project? Are they supportive of the proposed events center and State Line, those kinds of things? So we have a government affairs committee that basically looks at the criteria and looks at the vision document, and that's how we begin to make our decision. If they are supportive of the same things that the chamber supports, obviously that helps. If we believe that they will make a good mix, because we always pick a slate, so if there's 3 seats, we will endorse 3 members, or like city council. And so those are some of the factors that we use. All this information is available on our website, which is shown up there, TahoeChamber.org.
Yes.
If you go to government affairs. So that gives you a feel, it gives the audience a feel for how we pick the candidates and the measures that we support. Measure T specifically, obviously, is not good for the economy, so that was a pretty easy call for us.
How many people are on this government affairs committee, and how do you as a chamber assemble that specific committee?
We reach out and ask for volunteers who want to be on the committee. It's typically people that are pretty up to speed on government affairs, that are interested in that issue. It's a combination of people that are on the chamber board and other people in the community that step forward and say, I'd like to be on the committee. And the committee meets once a month. We do lots of other things besides pick candidates and positions on ballot measures. So it's a group of about 8 right now. And again, it's a combination of community volunteers and members of the chamber board.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, how can people, well, you said TahoeChamber.org has all this information on there. Yeah, good. And then you have your list of who you have endorsed. Right.
For City Council, we've endorsed Devin Middlebrook, Hal Cole, and Wendy David. So 1 incumbent, 1 person that's been on the council before, and a new up-and-coming leader in our community.
10 seconds left. You've got, I see, Sue Novacell on here, and Nick Exline for District Board of Directors, and Wesley Rice for Douglas County District 4 Commission. Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Kristen.
Good to see
Thanks.
you, too. We'll be right back.